This is what happens when a wingman decides to flee in a mountainous area.
Shoot between a mountain valley just 4 meters wide.
The question is, did he survive? Before we could answer that, first, let's watch how a perfect leap eventually ended in disaster. In 2021, this footage was captured by Gabriel, a renowned wingsuit medalist, during what started as an incredible leap of some majestic cliffs of an undisclosed location. The adrenaline was real, the skies were clear, and everything screamed perfection, until one critical decision changed everything. At the start, Gabriel launched himself off a solid rock face with flawless precision. His wingsuit spread wide, catching the wind as he gracefully glided across the landscape. It's a textbook beginning for an experienced jumper, the kind you'd expect from a medalist like him. But what happens next takes a surprising turn. Midway through his descent, Gabriel switched from his wingsuit to a parachute. On paper, this should work. Parachutes are designed for safety, after all. But here's where things go wrong. The deployment doesn't seem right. Something's off. The wingsuit, which had been performing perfectly, is abandoned for a moment of chaos. As the parachute failed to stabilize him properly, Gabriel lost control. You can see the speed, the angle, and the panic. It's all unfolding in real time. Then comes the impact. Gabriel crashes hard, and while the camera cuts off, reports suggest severe fractures from this accident. Did this wingsuit defy death in the flying dagger? This incredible incident, captured by legendary skydiver Jeb himself in 2013, takes us to the breathtaking Langshan mountain in China. Jeb's mission? To conquer the Flying Dagger, a daring attempt to glide through a 10-foot crack in the mountain at a mind-blowing 100 miles per hour. This was no ordinary wingsuit jump. This was precision or perish.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to fall from the sky at 160 miles per hour, shoot between a mountain valley just 4 meters wide, and float safely to the ground? Well, now you don't have to, because this is probably as close as you'll ever get.
It begins with Jeb's leap from a helicopter. His wingsuit cuts through the air like a blade. From above, the daunting gap looks impossibly narrow, but there's no hesitation. As he gained speed, the camera captured every moment of his rapid descent. His focus was razor sharp, and his trajectory flawless. It's the kind of maneuver that makes your palms sweat just watching it.
The 298-meter deep valley is only 20 meters wide at its widest point, and just 3.5 meters wide at its narrowest point. So it's no wonder he was more than a little relieved.
At over 100 miles per hour, Jeb approached the 900-foot tall fissure. The jagged edges of the mountain loom larger with every second. This is the ultimate test. A single miscalculation, even by an inch, could mean disaster. The camera angle shifted, and you could feel the tension as he flew through the narrow gap with astonishing accuracy.
I just didn't want to disappoint everyone, and I'm really glad that I was able to do it, because it was so hard. This was so hard. This was really, this was the hardest thing I've ever done.
The moment he cleared the fissure, cheers could be heard from across the mountain. As he landed safely, the sheer audacity of the Flying Dagger left viewers in awe, and with one burning thought: what if he'd missed? When even the most experienced wingsuit flyers stumble, the results can be deadly. But what went wrong on Table Mountain?
One. He's off. And flying.
This dramatic footage, released in 2012, features wingsuit Jeb Corliss taking on the ultimate challenge, proximity flying off Table Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa. Jeb, known for calling this spot his playground, had practiced this daring jump multiple times and nailed it flawlessly. But what happens next proves even experts aren't invincible.
Truth is, there's really no such thing in this game.
On that fateful day, Jeb soared off the iconic Table Mountain, aiming to skim over a rock ledge and hit a target balloon with surgical precision. At first, everything looked like a textbook performance. His trajectory was perfect, and his control was impeccable. But as he approached the ledge, disaster struck. His legs collided with the unforgiving rock halfway between his hip and knee. He tried to open his parachute, but without proper stability, his parachute spun wildly, dragging him into the ground. The aftermath was harrowing. Jeb suffered multiple fractures, torn ligaments, and injuries so severe they required skin grafts to close. What can a tiny slip in the air really cost you? This story shows exactly how things can spiral out of control. This heart-stopping incident took place in 2007, high above the stunning cliffs of Lauterbrunnen's high nose. BASE jumper Martin Hunebein, an experienced adventurer, embarked on what seemed like another thrilling wingsuit dive. But as he soared through the pristine mountain air, a hidden complication was about to turn his jump into a nightmare. Martin's jump started flawlessly. He leapt confidently from the cliff, his wingsuit slicing through the air with ease. The view was breathtaking, and everything looked under control. But as he deployed his parachute, the unexpected happened. A tension knot tangled his lines, instantly throwing his descent into chaos. Struggling to release the knot, Martin fought to regain control. The tension knot kept his parachute from fully opening, leaving him in a perilous freefall. With the ground approaching fast, the situation became increasingly desperate. Then, as if things couldn't get worse, he crashed into a tree and the impact sent him spiraling. After colliding with the tree, Martin finally went on to hit the ground with a brutal thud. Miraculously, he survived this terrifying ordeal. What went so horribly wrong during what should have been another victorious moment for this legendary adventurer? This tragic incident took place on February 16, 1990 at Angel Falls in Venezuela, the tallest waterfall in the world. Jean-Marc Boivin, an accomplished French base jumper and adventurer, was being filmed by a TV crew for an extreme sports program. This was no ordinary jump. Boivin planned to leap from nearly 3,300 feet with a daringly small canopy, the Vega 180. But as he plunged toward the breathtaking jungle below, disaster struck. As Boivin deployed his canopy, it's believed severe line twists occurred, a nightmare scenario for any jumper. His parachute failed to open cleanly, and within seconds he was spinning out of control. The cliff face of Angel Falls loomed closer and closer until impact. Jean-Marc slammed into the rock wall, his small canopy unable to stabilize him, but the danger didn't end there. After striking the cliff, Boivin crashed into the dense treetops of the jungle. It was reported that the fall left him gravely injured, with serious wounds to his legs and catastrophic blood loss. Rescue efforts couldn't reach him in time, and the legendary adventurer succumbed to his injuries shortly after the crash. What caused this seemingly perfect jump to take such a devastating turn? This shocking footage, captured 7 years ago, reveals a wingsuit adventure that started as a peaceful dive through the skies. The jumper, equipped with a GoPro, soared gracefully above a stunning landscape, the kind of moment wingsuiters live for. But as the ground approached, something unthinkable happened. The serene flight suddenly shifted into chaos. With no warning, the jumper's trajectory went awry. The camera caught every terrifying second as the ground came rushing up too quickly. The exact cause of this incident remains a mystery, but one thing is certain. What began as a dreamlike descent ended in an unimaginable impact. The jumper finally hit the ground with brutal force, their camera capturing the chilling aftermath. While the footage doesn't reveal much about what led to the fall, it serves as a reminder of the unforgiving nature of wingsuit flying. But what happens when you combine heart-pounding speed and thin margins for error? This incredible moment was captured 7 years ago, and it features none other than wingsuit legend Jeb Corliss in his jaw-dropping video. Grinding the crack. Leaping off a towering mountaintop in Lausanne, Switzerland, Corliss reaches speeds of up to 122 miles per hour, but this is when the unexpected happens. The sheer precision of Corliss' movements is astonishing, but it's impossible to ignore the risks involved. Every second felt like a gamble as he threaded the needle between life and catastrophe and ended the flight without incident. Sometimes all it takes is one mistake to turn a dream flight into a nightmare. This incident occurred in August 2013 in the stunning Kurfürsten Mountains of Switzerland. Wingsuit legend Jeb Corliss was executing one of his jaw-dropping stunts, gracefully carving through the air, showcasing his unparalleled mastery of proximity flying. From the perspective of his GoPro, everything appeared to be in perfect harmony, until it wasn't. In an unexpected twist, the dive took a perilous turn. As Jeb nears the end of his descent, something goes wrong. The flawless flight is abruptly interrupted, sending him spiraling out of control. Momentum builds as he falls toward the surface, heading straight for the water below.
I'm actually pretty happy this happened.
A devastating crash into the sea could have spelt the end for this daring athlete, but miraculously, Jeb survived the harrowing impact. One small mistake sent Jeb Corliss plummeting towards disaster. What happened next is nothing short of shocking. Released in April 2024 by Jeb Corliss, this footage from his terrifying accident on Table Mountain captured the shocking moment a routine proximity flight went horribly wrong. In this clip, Jeb Corliss was flying gracefully over the stunning landscape of Table Mountain, Cape Town. Everything looked perfect until a small miscalculation sent him crashing into a rock ledge mid-flight. The impact was instant. His wingsuit skimmed dangerously close to the surface of the mountain. The result of this crash was severe. Jeb broke both ankles, fractured his fibula, and tore ligaments. In the aftermath, the once daring, fearless flyer was left with a painful recovery that would test his resilience like never before. What went wrong during this base jump will make you rethink the limits of gravity. This shocking incident from 2013, captured at the legendary Peril Bridge in Twin Falls, leaves you on the edge of your seat. As the jumper leaped, the excitement built, but then the unthinkable happened. The parachute failed to open correctly. With no parachute to slow his fall, the jumper plummeted through the air at breakneck speed, desperately fighting to regain control. Splashing into the water with incredible force, the jumper's body took the brunt of the impact. Amazingly, he was able to walk away from the near-death experience, escaping with minor injuries, but forever reminded of how quickly things can go wrong in the air.